Hey there, pirates! Welcome aboard the Animenomi channel. Recent events in the One Piece manga are increasingly surprising fans through Vegapunk's revelations, and the great battle between the Marines and the Gorosei against the Straw Hat Pirates and their alliance with Bonnie, Vegapunk, and Kuma. In today's video, we're going to talk about the great future event that could completely change the world of One Piece, a change that could finally bring about the All Blue. But before we continue with the video, it's important that you leave your like and subscribe to the channel. That way, you will awaken your devil fruit and become even more powerful. Now, let's get to the video. Guys, in the most recent chapters of One Piece, an event of great magnitude shook the world when the renowned scientist Vegapunk made a global broadcast warning of an imminent cataclysm. Vegapunk shocked the world by revealing that the ocean was about to swallow all known lands. The broadcast, transmitted to all islands and continents, left the world in a state of shock and confusion, as until then, the exact nature of the event and the reasons behind it remained a mystery. His authority and credibility as an unquestionable source of knowledge make his words even more frightening, causing the whole world to await more information about this future great event. What makes this announcement even more disturbing is the lack of any explanation for the reasons behind this imminent calamity. Vegapunk did not offer details on the methods or causes of this catastrophic event, leaving fans even more curious to know the reasons behind this great catastrophe. While we are trying to understand the reasons, theories and possibilities arise about what could be coming. Some people believe that Vegapunk may even be hiding an even more impactful piece of information. This great event could be responsible for bringing about the All Blue. As we know, the All Blue is an ancient legend among sailors and cooks, a region where all the oceans of the world converge, creating a paradise of marine life and unique culinary ingredients. If the immersion of the continents does lead to the creation of the All Blue, this would not only change the course of history, but also open doors to unimaginable adventures and discoveries. Some characters may already be aware of the imminent global catastrophe announced by Vegapunk. Crocus, the former doctor of Gold D. Rogers' crew, is known for his connection to the whale Laboon. Crocus decided to make Laboon's belly his home. This strategic choice could serve two purposes: allow Crocus to stay close to Laboon to protect him from the imminent cataclysm and ensure his own survival, as the whale's endurance and ability to navigate the seas could be crucial in a submerged world. Possibly, Crocus used his medical and botanical knowledge to transform Laboon's belly into a habitable and sustainable environment, creating a safe refuge not only for himself, but also for others who may join him in search of protection against the flood. In addition to Crocus, Rayleigh may be preparing for the flood announced by Vegapunk. After retiring as vice captain of the Roger Pirates, Rayleigh was seen establishing a boat coating business, an endeavor that initially seemed strange for someone of his caliber and background. However, this endeavor may be a front for a larger goal: to obtain the ability to coat boats with a special material that would make them able to resist the effects of the flood. This ability would be crucial in a world where the oceans would swallow the lands, turning maritime navigation into a matter of survival, allowing him not only to survive, but also to allow other people to survive as well. The theory gains even more credibility when we consider events and information within the One Piece story itself. For example, it was mentioned that Water 7, one of the islands of the Water 7 archipelago, was constantly sinking. This led the inhabitants to consider building a new base on the old one, indicating that the sea level was rising and threatening the existing structures. This geological instability may be an indication that the flood announced by Vegapunk is something that may have been happening for a long time, which could explain the need for preparation by figures like Crocus and Rayleigh. Another example is the country of Wano, an isolated nation with closed borders. It was recently revealed that a lower town was completely flooded by the rain. Momonosuke had the opportunity to open the borders and make this lower part of Wano habitable again, but he kept the borders closed. Although he may not have knowledge about past events, he may feel that these borders are still necessary for the survival of his country. As we know, Wano's borders prevent enemies from entering the country, but they can also be responsible for blocking the water that could come with the flood. The plot deepens even further when we consider the world government as one of the main knowers of this catastrophic information. It is very likely that the Gorosei are aware of the imminent flood and have acted accordingly to ensure their own survival and control over the world. After all, they have knowledge of the past and the events of the lost century. The Gorosei would have built a base above the Red Line, one of the most important and strategic positions in the world of One Piece, even expelling the ancient race of Lunarians who inhabit this place, so that they would be the only survivors if the great event approached. This drastic action suggests that the Gorosei were willing to sacrifice lives and entire peoples to ensure that they were the only ones with a significant chance of survival if the flood were to occur. 創造者である王たちはそれぞれの家族を引き連れ聖地マリージョアに住むことにした。アラバスタのネフェルタリ家だけはそれを拒否し、正確には19の家族だが、今もなおそこに住み続け世界に君臨するその創造者の末裔たちこそが。An interesting observation that supports this theory is the similarity of the clothes worn by the celestial dragons, the most powerful and wealthy individuals in the world of One Piece, with diving suits. This similarity may not be just a coincidence, but rather an indication that the celestial dragons are prepared for the possibility that the Red Line will also be covered by the ocean if the world is indeed submerged. Diving suits are designed to protect divers from the aquatic environment, allowing them to breathe and move underwater for extended periods. This similarity suggests that the celestial dragons are prepared for an eventuality where the Red Line and possibly other land areas are submerged by the rising sea level. This theory raises the possibility that the celestial dragons have access to privileged information about the imminent flood and are preparing for it, not only ensuring their own survival but also maintaining their power and influence over the post-catastrophe world. Their willingness to equip themselves with diving suits suggests their ability to survive in a submerged world, while also highlighting their indifference to the fate of those who do not have the same privilege. And now we finally come to Noah. You must remember the giant ship from hundreds of years ago that was introduced to us as part of a failed attempt to move the people from Fishman Island to the surface. The ancient Joy Boy promised Fishman Island that he would use the power of Poseidon to bring the ship to the surface, but he didn't fulfill his promise at that time, leaving Noah to be brought to the surface by his successor. The people of Fishman Island promised Joy Boy that they would keep Noah safe at the bottom of the ocean until the day arrived, which has been done so far. We also know that the Sea Kings recognized Luffy as Joy Boy before anyone else, besides taking the ship to the Sea Forest to repair it. This means that the Sea Kings know the true importance of Noah to the world of One Piece, and its significance must be addressed now. After all, Noah's Ark is used to keep everyone alive during the flood. We still don't know if Noah will take everyone living on Fishman Island to the surface, but we know that life in the sea is about to change completely, and Luffy will be the one to guide Noah to the beginning of a new world. That's a wrap for today's content. We hope you enjoyed it and want to share your thoughts on the subject. Don't forget to share the video, give it a thumbs up, and catch you in the next video. Take care and stay awesome.